Welcome, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're joining us. Welcome to day 3 of our Innovation Week here at Honeycomb. My name is Matthew Scott. I lead global partnerships here at Honeycomb, and I'm really excited to be closing out the week with you here on day 3. Before we get into it, I want to take a moment to acknowledge what has already happened this week. On day 1, Christine and Charity set the stage for something we think is a genuine shift in how engineering teams work together. The idea that your team is no longer just humans. It's humans and it's agents, and observability has to work for both sets. On day 2, our engineering teams pulled back the curtains. Kale, Taylor, Dan, Shashank, Ken, they walked through some of our recent launches in great detail. Agent timeline, upgraded canvas, the real technical depth behind what we're building. If you missed it, go watch it. It's worth your time. Today is about the Honeycomb ecosystem and how it positively impacts our customers. Because the shift to AI in production isn't something any one single company navigates alone, the best customer teams are building solutions, and the partners we're bringing into the discussion today are the ones we believe help our customers build in that stack. In addition to our partnerships, that we're going to talk about today, we've launched an updated partner section of the Honeycomb website. We welcome new partners to express their interest in joining our partner program and helping customers together with the Honeycomb sales, marketing, product, and engineering teams. But before we jump into it, we want to bring up a little bit about an important recent announcement that we did together with Amazon Web Services in December 2025 at the most recent AWS reInvent customer conference. There, we announced our strategic collaboration agreement, really signifying the depth of investment in helping customers together on both the sales side and the product side. Together, we're going to be sharing an updated announcement based on that strategic collaboration agreement. Then we're going to get deeper with Amazon Bedrock AgentCore, something we just built together with Amazon. And then we're going to wrap up by announcing our expanded partnership with Embrace that we think is really going to matter to our customers who are shipping mobile AI experiences. So let's get into it. The first announcement of the day, I'm excited to bring someone in who's been instrumental in growing our partnership with AWS here at Honeycomb. Jack, welcome to Innovation Week.
Thanks, Matthew. I'm very excited to announce that as of today, Honeycomb has achieved the AWS FSI competency. The AWS Financial Services competency recognizes partner with deep expertise in building solutions for regulated industries like banking, payments, insurance, and capital markets. It validates technical proficiency, security best practices, and proven success with helping financial institutions operate on AWS. Achieving this competency signals that Honeycomb meets AWS's high bar for supporting mission-critical, regulated workloads. It reflects our ability to help financial service teams debug distributed systems in real time, maintain reliability under strict service level expectations, and operate with the control required in regulated environments. For customers, this means confidence. Confidence that Honeycomb is validated by AWS for financial services use cases and is ready to support everything from digital banking platforms to real-time payment systems. It also unlocks closer collaboration with AWS, making it easier to deploy, integrate, and scale observability alongside your cloud architecture. With Honeycomb, teams can move from reactive firefighting to proactive understanding, reducing time to resolution, improving system reliability, and delivering better customer experiences. With that, I'll turn it back over to Matthew and some of our other team members to talk about some of the other exciting ways that we're currently partnering with AWS.
Thank you for your work in achieving this and working with our partners to make this happen. An FSI competency isn't just a checkbox. It's a signal to the market and to our customers that we at Honeycomb have been validated for some of the most demanding, most highly regulated environments in the world by the largest cloud provider globally. That matters to customers, and we're super proud of it. Over the last couple of days, we've been talking about what observability for the new shape of software looks like from the outside. Now, we get to go inside Honeycomb Engineering and show you what it actually takes to build our new shape of software and how we're building together with our partners. We built our Canvas agent on top of AWS Bedrock AgentCore, and we learned a lot in the process. One of our engineering leaders is now going to walk you through what that architecture looks like, what we've leveraged, and what we think you and your teams can take from it. I'm excited to bring in one of our staff software engineers, Moses, for him to share more about that.
Thanks, Matthew. I want to start with a question that a lot of engineers are sitting with right now. When you build an AI agent, what do you actually have to build yourself? And what should you use off the shelf? That question drove a lot of our architecture decisions when we built Canvas. Canvas is Honeycomb's AI workspace, lets engineers ask questions about their production data in natural language, follow investigative threads across multiple queries, and collaborate on debugging with their team. Sounds simple, but the implementation is not. When you build a product like Canvas, you're not just building a chat interface. You're managing state across multi-turn conversations. You're keeping context alive across sessions. You're running code on behalf of users inside a secure boundary. You're handling memory in a way that's safe and useful. And you need to do all that reliably at scale for engineering teams who are debugging production incidents at a time when they have zero tolerance for flaky infrastructure. We chose to build on AWS Bedrock AgentCore for specific reasons. The first, session isolation. Every Canvas session runs in its own isolated context. When an engineer opens Canvas and starts investigating, that conversation doesn't bleed into another engineer's session. The execution environment, the context, intermediate state, all of it is scoped and contained. Bedrock AgentCore gives us that boundary out of the box. We didn't have to build a custom isolation layer, which would have been months of work and a significant operational surface to maintain. The second is memory. Canvas is able to learn about a customer's infrastructure and their alerts. Bedrock AgentCore's memory management handles the mechanics of how memories are stored and retrieved. For an investigative workflow, this matters enormously. An engineer asking, why did this spike happen at midnight? Doesn't want to remind an agent how production is configured. The agent should know that already. And the third is code interpreter. Canvas can generate and execute queries, synthesize results, reason across them. That execution needs to happen in a secure sandbox. Bedrock AgentCore's code interpreter gave us that sandbox, safe, isolated, and managed. What I want to highlight here is the pattern, not just the implementation details. When you're building an AI agent for a production use case, the temptation is to start from scratch and build every layer yourself. State management, memory, execution, isolation, all custom. We've seen teams do this. It takes a long time, it's fragile, and you end up maintaining infrastructure that's not your core competency. What we found with Bedrock AgentCore is that it handles the infrastructure concerns that are genuinely hard to get right, which freed us up to make Canvas an even better agent. Matthew, back to you.
Moses, that was great. I think it's so insightful to understand how companies like Honeycomb are building AI products and to really see how our partners' technology gets layered into how we think about building. And we don't just think about how we do that internally. We like to put our customers at the middle of that. How do we take our learnings and bring that to our customers who are also using Bedrock? What would a Bedrock integration look like on the customer side? So it's my pleasure to bring in another colleague, Andy, to talk about how this can impact our customers, not only with Bedrock AgentCore, but also our investment in open telemetry. So Andy, excited to have you share that.
Thanks, Matthew. I want to zoom out for a moment and connect what Moses just described to what your teams can actually do with this today. We recently shipped our Bedrock AgentCore integration. It's publicly available right now in AWS AgentCore. What we built is a direct open telemetry pipeline from your agents running on AgentCore. No proprietary collector. We use a standard open telemetry exporter and pointed at Honeycomb. I am so excited for what our current and future customers can do with this integration. The reason it matters is what happens after the telemetry lands. Most observability tools can show you a trace, a log, or a metric. That's table stakes. Where Honeycomb is different is that we keep the full high cardinality detail of every span, every tool call, every model invocation, every conversation ID, and we let you ask questions you didn't think to ask in advance. Not just, here's a dashboard, but why is this specific tool call slow for this one user when it's fast for everyone else? You can't have predicted that question, but Honeycomb can answer it. That's what our agent timeline gives you. For agents built on AgentCore, you can see what your agent did, what was deployed, before and after, and how behavior changed, all in one view. OpenTelemetry is the connective tissue here. We built this on OTel with the GenAI semantic conventions so that you're not locked into a proprietary integration layer. If your team already uses OTel for your services, agent telemetry shows up right alongside them. Same pipeline. You're building on a foundation that's portable and vendor neutral. The Honeycomb integration with Bedrock AgentCore is available now. Matthew, back to you.
Andy, that was great. And Moses, thank you. What I want you to take from this segment is that Canvas is running on Bedrock Agent Core in production today. Our agent timeline is capturing that telemetry today. This is not a preview of where we're going. This is where Honeycomb is today. We want to share those same tools and knowledge that we use to build observability into our Agent Core production workloads with you in this integration. All right, let's keep building together. Our final partnership today is one I'm really proud of and excited for our customers to experience. I'm proud of not only our Honeycomb product and engineering teams in terms of what we built, but how our partners' product and engineering teams have worked together with us to build this. Today, if you're building front-end experiences, and especially if AI is now part of those experiences, you know that the client layer has historically been a blind spot for observability teams. As difficult as it is to quickly address user impacting issues on the browser, mobile is especially complex and presents unique challenges for these observability teams. I'm excited to bring in our partners at Embrace. Embrace has built something exceptional for mobile and web observability for their customers. When you combine their user telemetry with Honeycomb's ability to query across every dimension of your stack, something new becomes possible for our shared customers. The Honeycomb and Embrace product and engineering teams listened to our shared customer challenges, and together we've built a joint product experience that brings real value to practitioners on both platforms. I want to introduce my peer, Megan from Embrace, to join us and share more of their perspective on how we're helping our shared customers. Please welcome Megan Winter from Embrace. Megan, great to have you here. I want to ask you a few questions about the partnership so our audience can really understand what it is that we built together and what this partnership means in practice. First, when you think about the customers who are going to get the most out of what we built together, who are they? What's their stack look like? What problems are we trying to solve? Love to hear from you.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. And we're so excited to be here too. So thanks for inviting us on to this virtual launch. We're pumped to announce the partnership with Honeycomb today. The types of engineering teams that would be most beneficial for this type of integration are the ones who are pretty serious about observability, especially on the back end. They rely on Honeycomb for distributed tracing, high cardinality queries, just understanding what's happening in production. But when there's an incident, they hit a wall at the mobile or the web layer. So they can see something's wrong in their systems, but they just can't see what their users are actually experiencing on either their devices or their browsers. And that gap has been such a blind spot for a very long time, and we're here to change that. Backend teams have really strong tooling for pretty much forever. Not forever, but much longer than front-end teams and mobile developers have, and they've been underserved. And that's why our name Embrace comes in. We like to give the front-end teams a little bit of a hug because they've been for a while have been forced to use disconnected tools that can't provide real depth or insight. And the result is no shared data, blind spots on root causes, and teams that should be collaborating instead of working in silos. Now, SRE and platform teams can finally see the whole system. Their mobile and web counterparts can address issues with the same data in great detail. So together, we're super committed to understanding performance for every user on every screen and making sure that engineering resorts stay in the loop. So if you're building that composable stack, if you care about OTel, and you need high cardinality data to create the best experiences, this partnership is for you.
Megan, I love that. I love partnerships that start with a customer and we understand the customer's problems and we build something together. And so maybe for customers that are new to Honeycomb or new to Embrace, how hard is it to actually get started on this journey?
Great question, Matt. Honestly, the reason this integration works so well comes down to our shared foundation. We're both built on OpenTelemetry. Embrace approaches front-end performance the same way Honeycomb approaches foundational observability. High cardinality data, context-rich data that ties technical signals directly to the user impact. And the user impact is really what brings our both philosophies together. So the integration connecting both platforms is pretty seamless and straightforward. After integrating our SDK for either mobile or web, you simply add Honeycomb as a data destination to allow front-end telemetry to feed into Honeycomb. Embrace tells developers what happened on their user side, while Honeycomb informs what happened on the system side. Performance data for mobile apps and web browsers can flow into, be queried with, and be understood by every engineering team across the stack with no proprietary schema standing in the way. So if you are already a Honeycomb customer, feel free to reach out to your account rep over there. If you're new to either one of us, feel free to reach out to either Embrace or Honeycomb. It doesn't matter. Our commercial teams work seamlessly together to make sure the integration is super successful to help you get set up with the right dashboards and bring value for your teams. And if you want to acquire both, we're both in the AWS marketplace, so you can find us there as well.
Megan, I love how easy we're going to make this for our customers and for organizations that want to get value from our products working together, making it easy for customers to do that. What can these customers expect over the long term? What are we building towards together?
Okay, I have this phrase, and I say, if you were to wave a magic wand, what would the future look like? And in the future, we're basically building towards a world where no engineering team has to treat web and mobile performance as a separate discipline from the rest of their observability practice. So today, this integration brings that real user context from mobile and web surfaced inside of Honeycomb in a way that no customer could realistically build or maintain on their own. So that's just a starting point. Because we have that shared open telemetry foundation, every single improvement either platform makes, either it's richer context, deeper signals, better querying, benefits the joint experience automatically. But looking ahead, we're all excited about AI, and so am I. So when you connect Embrace's MCP server, Honeycomb's MCP server together in this AI-driven workflow, that's where kind of the magic happens. When an AI agent can pull back-end trace data from Honeycomb and jump directly into the affected user sessions and Embrace, it can traverse the full stack automatically, surfacing that context that tells a developer either should you escalate or should you close the ticket. The quality of the agent's answer is really only as good as the data it can reach. And so connecting this data means better connected reasoning. And so we'll have a lot more to share on that pretty soon.
Megan and the Embrace team, thank you so much for the partnership. This is the kind of partnership that starts with a specific customer problem, like our shared customers have asked us to build, ends up changing how other customers now think about their whole stack when it comes to mobile, web, and observability. We're just super excited to build this with you and the team, and you've been great partners in this. We're excited also next week in San Francisco at our customer conference, OliCon, to let our customers get their hands on both products in our workshop. So if you're attending our customer conference next week and you'd like to do our workshop, please sign up for it. And or if you're a customer that'd like to run this workshop in your own environment with the Embrace and Honeycomb teams, we'd love to help you do that. So thank you all for joining. And Megan's super excited to see where this partnership goes.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. It's been a pleasure to work with the Honeycomb team on building this integration, this partnership. We are very excited to be out in San Francisco next week at the workshop. And I hear we might have some surprises in terms of prizes at this workshop as well. So please join us. If you're there, say hi to me. And just thank you, Matthew and the Honeycomb team, for inviting us on.
Thanks, Megan. That's a wrap on day 3 and on Innovation Week. Thank you for joining us. I want to take a moment to thank everyone who made this week possible. Jack, Andy, Moses, Megan, AWS, Embrace, and our entire partner ecosystem. Thank you for your time, and thank you for building together with us. To Christine, Charity, Kale, Taylor, Dan, Shashank, Ken, this week was the result of months of hard work, and it really showed. But we're not done. This week got you excited. You're going to want to be in San Francisco on May 20th and 21st for OliCon 2026. That's Honeycomb's Observability Conference. We're going to be doing workshops for practitioners with many of the same partners that you saw today. And this is for practitioners, engineers, and the people building the future of AI in production, all in one room. Registration is open, and we'll see you there. If you can't make it, don't worry. We're going to make a lot of these workshops available to you together with our partners, both virtually online and in a city near you. We can't wait to put your hands on these solutions together and looking forward to it. Thanks again for joining.